We live in a world with more tools than ever before. More apps, more dashboards, more notifications, more information, and yet more people feel overwhelmed, scattered, and behind than ever before. Just think about how many tools you personally use in a single day. Email, multiple of them. Calendar, multiple of those. Messaging apps, so many. Notes, project management apps, passwords, and then notifications for all of it. Now, pause for a second and ask yourself this. How many of those tools are actually making your day easier? Most people don't feel behind because they're doing nothing. They feel behind because everything is asking for their attention all at once. And this is true whether you're a CEO, whether you're a solopreneur, whether you're the CEO of your life, just juggling side hustle with motherhood and serving on a nonprofit. Some of you might be leading teams, some of you are leading businesses, and others are leading homes while running a career and commitments all at the same time. It's all different titles, but it's the same mental load. And most people, they're not feeling unproductive because they lack discipline. They feel overwhelmed because their systems are working against them. Productivity is not a personal failure. It is a design systems problem. If productivity were about discipline, then the most disciplined people would never feel overwhelmed, and we know that's not true. Because discipline can't fix a system that was never designed to support real life. What we so often miss is this: exhaustion has very little to do with how much work we are doing. It actually comes from how much work we are carrying in our heads. Every task you try to remember, every follow-up that you don't want to forget, every decision that you are remaking over and over again. That mental load, it adds up. And when systems are unclear, the brain becomes a storage unit. That's when people feel behind before the day even starts. So instead of asking yourself, how do I get more done? We need to ask a better question. How do I remove friction from my day? Because productivity breaks down exactly where friction lives. This was true for me early on in my career. I spent years working in operational roles where efficiency wasn't optional. It was essential. It was the difference between things running smoothly or things quietly breaking down. And later on, as a solopreneur, a mother, and someone navigating real life at the same time, I learned this lesson in a much more personal way. I remember a season where I was doing everything right on paper. I had the right tools, the right routines, the right intentions, and yet every single day felt heavier instead of lighter. That was the moment I realized something. Motivation doesn't scale. Memory doesn't scale. Trying harder doesn't scale, but systems do. After working with hundreds of clients across different industries, life seasons, roles, I started to notice a very clear pattern. Whether some were CEOs, solopreneurs, or people managing careers while caregiving and running a business, I expected that their problems would be wildly different, but they weren't. The tools were different, the titles were different, and their lifestyles were vastly different. But the breakdown was always the same. And more importantly, the solution was the same. There was one system that consistently helped every single one of them move from chaos to calm. So the question is, how? How do we actually fix this in a way that works for real life? After years of doing this work, I developed a simple system that I use with every client. And it's built on what I call the CALM system. CALM stands for capture everything, align your tools, limit decisions, and make it repeatable. Let's walk through it together. C, capture everything. If it lives in your head, it's gonna cause stress. Because your brain's job is to think, not to remember. Here's a simple way to get started. Grab a blank piece of paper, and for 3 days, I want you to write down every single app that you open, program, software, tool. Write it down, and right next to it, write down why you opened it. Not to judge it, not to fix it, but to simply see it. You can't design calm if you don't know what pieces of the puzzle you're working with. You have to identify all of the pieces, and then we can move into A, align your tools. Once you see your tools, alignment becomes possible. As you look at that list, ask yourself 3 simple questions. First, is this tool serving my needs in my current season? Second, am I actually using this tool to its fullest, or am I paying for features that I never touch? And third, do any of these tools also get utilized in the same way with another tool I already have? Alignment isn't about having fewer tools, it's about having the right tools for the right job. L, limit your decisions. Decision fatigue is one of the biggest killers of productivity. Here's a powerful question to ask yourself the next time you feel stuck. Can this be turned into a template, a default, or an automation of some sort so that you never have to think about this again? The goal is to not eliminate all decisions. That's not realistic. The goal is to eliminate repeat decisions. So then we get to M, make it repeatable. Repeatable doesn't mean rigid, it means reliable. It means that when life gets busy, your systems still hold. A repeatable system is something that works on a good day, and it doesn't completely fall apart on a hard one. That might look like a weekly reset, or a standard way that you start your day, or a simple process that you follow every single time something new comes into your world. Repeatability creates calm because it removes uncertainty. And uncertainty is exhausting, right? Your system should be carrying the weight, so your brain doesn't have to. When people apply even one part of calm, they feel a difference. When they apply all 4, everything changes. They don't just get more done, they think more clearly. They make better decisions. They end up feeling less reactive and more in control. They stop ending the day asking, what did I even do today? And they start feeling like they were in control of their day and their effort went somewhere. I've seen this transform individuals, teams, corporations, not because people started working harder, but because they finally stopped carrying the weight of everything in their head. So if you take nothing else from today, remember this: calm is not a personality trait, and it is not reserved for organized people. Calm is a system, and when you design your systems to support real life, productivity stops feeling like a fight and it starts feeling sustainable. Thank you.